Hey there, Matt and Andrew. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 things that you guys can do today to help bring in more customers to your business. My name is Seleni and I actually just work with business owners across the state of Utah, and I'm actually based out of Utah County myself, so just a little bit further south from you guys. But I put together a quick custom video for you just about your online presence, specifically how you're stacking up against your competition. So at this point, I'm sure that you're most likely sitting there asking yourself, okay, why would she be doing this? What's the catch here? Well, that's a fair question. What I have found is that just most local business owners are just too busy actually running their business. They're swamped with payroll, maybe helping customers, answering questions, dealing with employees, and just staying on top of jobs, that many times learning how to leverage the internet to benefit their company just gets buried underneath all of the other to-dos. And let's be real, half the time the only reason they haven't hired somebody yet is because they don't know who to trust or know who is truly an expert. So that is exactly why I make videos like this. I have found that by giving people an easy, free attack plan of the actual things that they can do to impact their business for free, it's resulted in some of those local business owners still raising their hands and saying, hey, I like you, Seleni, can you please just handle this for me? So if by the end of this video you've liked what you've heard and can see that I've got a lot of tricks up my sleeve that can help your business, then shoot me a message back and we can chat. Or if at the end of this video you simply want to take this free attack plan that I gave to you and do it yourself, that totally works for me too. Now let's cover the 3 things that are going to set Mad Roofing above your competition. First would be content, second citations, and third backlinks. So first up is content. So since Google isn't a human, it doesn't just know what you do. It has to be told through your content. Content is basically anything here that you can see on your homepage that is highlighted. So this could be text, pictures, what your pictures are saved as, what's behind the pictures. All of those things can be considered content. Now to give you an example of what I'm talking about here with the images, if we come up here, for instance, let's go ahead and pause on this image. Now, if we come over here and do a right click, save as, we can see what this image is saved as. You can see here you do have some words like roofing, I believe further on down here as well, roofing and contractors. This is great. A lot of times I don't see anybody with any type of description here. You guys are kind of halfway there with it. You are using some keywords here, which I'll get into in a moment, but this is a great way to be able to leverage high volume keywords by including those here in your detailed image descriptions. I wanted to jump down because I do believe that I saw another one. Let's do a save as on this one. You can see here, this one is only saved as service map. So in this situation, this would be a perfect example of, instead of naming it that, you would want to list it as a high volume keyword. That way you are gaining that traction using that keyword. Now we're gonna go ahead and kind of jump into the next part, but just kind of wrapping up, all of these things are things that Google bots can read and basically get an idea of what your business is, what services are you guys offering, what areas are you targeting. That's all gonna position you there in the search ranking. So the goal is having unique and authoritative content and enough of it to be able to add in the right keywords and key phrases that people are actually searching for in Google in order for somebody to find the services that you offer. Most business owners know that they need content, but what they don't know is that in order to rank #1 on Google for roofing, the average content count is like 2,000 to 2,400 words on your homepage. Again, while making sure that it has the right keywords and phrases that your customers are actually searching for. So when I actually copied your content here from your page and plugged it into one of my tools, I can see here that your website is sitting around 1,400, almost 1,500 words there on your homepage. Now, again, like I said, the minimum is typically, or the average count is typically 2,000 to 2,400 words on your homepage. Now we're gonna go ahead and actually jump over here into one of my tools. This tool is called Ahrefs. It's a really cool tool. Typically costs a couple $100s a month if you guys wanna go out and get that for yourself, but it essentially gives me behind the scene details that Google is looking at when it comes to ranking a site. And I can get a really good idea of what is working well for you and for your competition. You can see here, I actually have one of your top competitors here plugged in. It's American Roofing. Right here, they are showing currently as the #1 there in the Salt Lake area for this keyword that I've been pulling up for this video. But anyways, I've got them plugged in here into this tool, and you can kind of see right off the bat the overview. We can see how many keywords their website is being found for and what type of traffic their website is pushing every single month. Now we're going to jump in a little bit more specifically here into the keywords section. We're going to take a deeper dive into the exact keywords that they are ranking for and what your customers are actually searching for every single month. Now, if we look here, I'm actually gonna type in Salt Lake, just kind of help with the visuals here. You can see here that they are ranking for and being found for a lot of keywords here on their home or on their website. First one popping up here with high volume, roof repair, Salt Lake City. That is being searched 300 times per month. And they are in, so these positionings, most of these are first page of Google. A couple of them are further down, but most of these are on the first page of Google. And just a quick note as well, reminder, this is just a tool. Sometimes these positions lag a little bit compared to Google because Google does change so often. When I did plug them into Google tonight, as you can see, they actually are ranking currently as #1, but just a quick plug there for that. But anyways, so yeah, roof repair, Salt Lake City, 300 volume every month. Another high volume is, even condo roof replacement, 150 volume. Let's pay attention specifically though to the Salt Lake ones. Roofing contractors, Salt Lake City, 150 search volume every single month. Roofing companies, Salt Lake City, 300 search volume every single month. Salt Lake City Roofing Company, 100 volume. Roof replacement, Salt Lake City, 100 volume. Roofing, Salt Lake City at 350 volume. So as you can see here, just going through just the Salt Lake alone, you've got several hundred people searching every single month for these different roofing services. And of course, we could go ahead and jump into, any of these different keywords for different locations, which I know you guys service several locations. Obviously, for the sake of trying to keep this video short, I stuck to mostly just the generic roofing keywords and the Salt Lake City areas that typically has the highest search volume. But it's really cool to see how much volume they are pulling in and that they're ranking in the top. What would happen to your business if you were getting that traffic? All of these hundreds of people searching for these different roofing key terms, or even a percentage of that traffic. Now let's dive over here into your website. I've got your URL here plugged in. We can see the same type of overview. We can see how many keywords your website is being found for and roughly what type of traffic your website is driving. Again, we're going to dive in specifically here into your keywords, and let's go ahead and take a look at where you guys are at. Okay, let's do the same. So that was already there. I don't know why I keep erasing that. Okay, so it looks like your website is being found for a decent amount of keywords and a lot of those higher volume keywords as well. Salt Lake City roofing, 250 times every month. But the biggest thing to point out here is you're in the 24th position. So you're landing like this middle of the second page of Google there. Again, gutters, we've got that one at a 200 search volume, but again, second page of Google. Roofers, Salt Lake City, 100 search volume, second page of Google. You've got your gutters. Let's try to find another high volume keyword. 100, best roofing company, Salt Lake City. You're on the 28th position there. Let's see here. Roofing, Salt Lake City, 60 search volume, 27th position. So as you can see here, just taking a look at your positionings, it looks like the only one that you're ranking on the first page of Google for is specifically your brand name if people are going into search for that into Google. And again, the rest of them, you're looking like you're sitting probably the second page, a couple of them even landing into that third page of Google here. So really interesting to just see what type of volume you might be missing out on because you're not optimized for those terms. So wrapping up the first part, the first thing you need to do to help beat out your competition online is helping get your website homepage here to that minimum of 2,000, 2,400 keywords. Again, being able to use, content, using the right keywords and right phrases that people are actually searching for. It's 100% beatable to gain that traction in business if you're able to help get this done in the right way to optimize for those. Now, let's go ahead and jump over here into Google. I've got one of those high volume keywords plugged in here at the top, roofing companies, Salt Lake City. First, you can see here, the ads section, right? Here's the thing about ads. Ads can definitely work, but they can also be a huge money pit. If your foundation or your website isn't dialed in, or like if customers are even using ad blockers, so just be careful to not burn through your money with Google Ads unless you know for sure that your website is going to convert. So jumping down here actually below the ads, we're going to take a moment to pause here at this coveted map section. This area has a lot to do with the second important thing that we're going to talk about, which is citations. So you're probably asking yourself, okay, what is a citation? Why do they matter? Well, great questions. So this is called the Google Map Pack. I'm sure you've seen it. You've probably used it. And maybe you've even thought to yourself, how can I get myself up here on the top 3 spots? Well, great questions. And that is what I am about to show you. So to get yourself to the top 3, the number one thing that Google looks at is a thing called citations. So what is a citation? Well, it's really just your name, address, and phone number, your business name, address, and phone number, listed on as many of these online directories as possible, like Yelp, Yellow Pages, City Star. Having these citations helps Google to be able to verify you and then give relevance to your local business, which will therefore help push you here to the top 3 spots on the map pack. So to do that, you just need to help increase your citation game. When you get more citations than your competitor, especially from authoritative and industry-specific websites, your credibility boosts, you gain more trust from Google, and therefore it pushes you to the top above your competition. Now, you might be asking yourself, great, but how do I actually do that? Well, there are paid tools like WhiteSpark or Bright Local that'll tell us exact directories that your competition is listed on here. Then we can go out and match those, but we don't want to just match them. We want to dominate them. So what we have seen is that most roofers in this industry probably have upwards to 300 to 350 citations. Now, if you're pushed down below that, maybe second or third page, you might only have 30 or 40 citations. We not only need to go get those citations to match your top competitors here, but then we need to be able to also beat them out online with more citations. Now, let's talk about the last thing really quick that I wanted to go over with you, which is backlinks, often called link juice. And this third pillar is really going to help you dominate here on Google. So again, when we search for the roofing company Salt Lake City, below the ads, below the map pack, jumping right down, this area right here is called the organics listing section. So you can see here that your site is not ranked number 1, not ranked number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, anywhere here on the first page of Google. Now, this is ideally where we want to be, right? Google statistics have shown that the top 3 businesses here are getting about 75% of the clicks, meaning most of your potential customers are choosing from one of the first 3 results and are never making it down to your listing that's on the second or third page. So to be able to get here, you've got to beat out your competition in every aspect. You need authority. So how do you get authority? Well, this is where your backlinks come into play. Basically, think of backlinks like a popularity contest back in high school. You want the coolest, most popular kid to be recommending you. So in this popularity contest here, the one with the most relevant or most population or popularity contest wins here. And this really comes down to relevancy here, because not all backlinks are created equal. So you guys are roofers, right? Well, you wouldn't want to have a backlink from an ice cream shop linking back to you because you guys don't make ice cream. Although that would be tasty, that backlink would be kind of useless to you. But if you were to have a backlink from another construction company or like some other industry site linking back to you, that would be much more effective. Now let's jump back over here again into my tool, Ahrefs. We can actually take a look at what kind of backlinks you guys have. So currently you've got 232 backlinks being pointed back to your website. That's really not bad. It's a great start. It's just not dominating. Now, if we jump over here into your top competitor, let's jump into their overview as well. You can see they've got 406 backlinks pointing back to them, and some from very strong, relevant sources. And again, how do we go get those? Well, here with Ahrefs, we can actually jump in and see specifically what sites are linking to them, and then go out and get those same type of sites or even better quality ones to be able to beat them out. Again, this is all very beatable with time. Getting you here to the top of Google, it is not magic. It is just a tried and true method, and I have shown you that here today. So again, the 3 things that you can do today to grow your online presence is first, focusing on your content, getting it up to 2,000 to 2,400 words here on your home page. And again, this is what people are actually searching for, so that helps your company get found. Second, increasing your citation, getting your business name, address, and phone number listed on as many online directories to beat out your competition. And then lastly, backlinks, just making sure that you're getting more strong, relevant sources pointing back to your site to show Google that you are the authority. If you implement these strategies today, you can be number 1 across Google. So I'm sure you're wondering, okay, well, what now? Well, you really have a few options. If you feel like you cannot handle any more clients every single month, that is absolutely fair. If you could just send me a quick note telling me that you watched the video, tell me your thoughts about it, I would really appreciate your feedback. On the other hand, if you're ready to grow, then you can take this blueprint and implement these 3 strategies on your very own today. I gave you the exact formula the businesses pay tons of dollars to have, and it is all yours to use to help your company. Now, if you found this information valuable, and if you are still one of those business owners to still raise their hands for the most effective route, just go ahead and respond to my email. We'll set up a time to chat and dive deeper into your situation. Again, my name is Seleni, and I look forward to your email. Have a great one.